What's good, Raider Nation? Hold on to your silver and black jerseys because your Las Vegas Raiders just delivered 3 absolutely earth-shattering announcements that are about to send shockwaves through the entire NFL. We're talking game-changing decisions that could completely reshape this franchise's trajectory for 2025. And I'm telling you right now, you are not ready for what's coming. At this very moment, there's a head coach making preseason decisions that are raising eyebrows across the league. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, Raider Nation. We've also got explosive trade news involving a cornerback swap that has NFL experts completely divided. Some calling it genius, others calling it a massive mistake. And if that wasn't enough to get your heart racing, we've got rookie quarterback news featuring an endorsement from the greatest of all time that's got everyone talking. This isn't just another training camp update, Raider Nation. This is the kind of news that separates championship seasons from disappointment. We're talking about coaching decisions that could either prepare this team for playoff glory or risk everything before the season even begins. A trade that has experts giving grades from A+ to C+, depending on who you ask. And rookie developments that could shape the future of this franchise for years to come. The ripple effects from these 3 bombshells are already being felt throughout the organization, and the decisions being made right now could determine whether the silver and black soar to new heights or crash before they even get started. From preseason strategies that have everyone questioning the risk versus reward, to defensive trades that are splitting the expert community down the middle, to quarterback endorsements that are making headlines nationwide. So smash that like button if you're ready for some absolutely shocking Raiders news. Drop a comment below with your predictions for how these moves will impact the season. And make sure you're subscribed because this story is about to get absolutely insane. We've got insider information that'll blow your mind, expert analysis that's all over the map, and rookie reactions that'll give you chills. Are you ready to find out which risky preseason decision has got everyone in the NFL talking? The answer might terrify you, and it's exactly the kind of bold move that could either set this team up for success or disaster. Let's dive into the first shocking development. That's got Raider Nation holding their breath. Here we go, Raider Nation. Time to reveal the first bombshell, and it's all about head coach Pete Carroll making a decision that's got the entire NFL world buzzing. That's right, Carroll just announced that he's planning to play his starters in Thursday's preseason opener against the Seattle Seahawks. This isn't just any regular preseason decision. This is a massive gamble that could either perfectly prepare this team for week 1 or result in catastrophic injuries that derail the entire season before it even begins. Carroll's own words reveal just how confident he is in this controversial strategy. Everyone is live. Everyone is ready to go. But Raider Nation, let me tell you why this decision has got people absolutely divided across the league. On one hand, this makes perfect sense for a Raiders team that's got more new faces than a witness protection program. We're talking about a franchise that looks completely different on both sides of the ball, with new players, new coaches, and new systems that need to gel together before the real game starts. Carroll knows that his starters need those live reps against a different opponent to shake off the rust and build that chemistry that can't be replicated in practice. But here's where it gets terrifying, Raider Nation. We're talking about risking your most valuable assets in a meaningless game. One bad hit, one awkward tackle, one freak accident, and suddenly your entire season could be over before it begins. This is the kind of decision that either makes Carroll look like a genius or gets him crucified if something goes wrong. The new coaching staff needs to see what these players look like against real competition, not just practice squad players. They need to get comfortable calling plays in live situations, and they need to build that confidence that comes from executing successfully against another NFL team. Carroll is betting everything on the belief that the benefits outweigh the risks. This decision also reveals something crucial about Carroll's mentality. He's not playing it safe. The Raiders want to come out firing in week 1, and they don't want to dig themselves into an early season hole that they'll spend months trying to climb out of. This is about setting the tone from day 1 and building confidence in every single unit on the team. The question every Raider Nation fan is asking right now, is this the kind of bold leadership that wins championships, or is it a reckless gamble that could backfire spectacularly? We're about to find out on Thursday when the starters take the field in Seattle. But hold on to your seats, Raider Nation, because we got trade news that's got NFL experts completely split on whether the Raiders just made a brilliant move or committed highway robbery in the wrong direction. The cornerback swap that went down has grades ranging from A+ to C+, and the analysis will shock you. Brace yourselves, Raider Nation, because the trade news that just dropped is causing absolute chaos in the expert community. The Raiders just completed a player-for-player swap with the Philadelphia Eagles that has analysts giving grades from A+ all the way down to C+, and the reason for this massive disagreement will absolutely blow your mind. We're talking about Jacorian Bennett, the promising young cornerback, being traded to Philadelphia for defensive tackle Thomas Booker for $4. And the expert reactions are all over the place. Let's start with the good news. Raider Nation. Some experts think this move makes perfect sense. CBS Sports' Jeff Kerr gave both teams solid grades, with the Eagles getting a B and the Raiders earning a B. Kerr understands the logic. A new coaching staff, a new system, means other players get better opportunities. If Bennett was cut, he would have been claimed. But here's where it gets absolutely controversial. For the wins, Corey Woodruff gave the Eagles an A grade while absolutely crushing the Raiders with a C+. Listen to this devastating analysis. The fact that he didn't even get a low-round draft pick to go along with Booker for Bennett, the superior player who could push to start at cornerback for Philadelphia. Rookie mistake. The Raiders will probably regret this deal. Wait, it gets even more dramatic, Raider Nation. Woodruff is calling this deal a potential disaster. We're not sure how the Eagles got Bennett, an ascending talent who flashed real potential with the Raiders without having to give up any draft capital. He's basically saying the Eagles just pulled off highway robbery. But here's the other side of the story that has some people defending the move. The Raiders desperately needed defensive tackle depth after releasing Christian Wilkins last month. And Thomas Booker IV has proven he can play at the NFL level. Fansided's Quinn Everts gave the Raiders a respectable B grade, noting that Booker fell victim to being buried behind an elite defensive line in Philadelphia and has a legion of truthers in the Eagles fanbase. The reality check, Raider Nation. Bennett wasn't fitting into Pete Carroll's system. Sometimes a talented player just doesn't mesh with a new coaching philosophy. And rather than force a square peg into a round hole, the Raiders got value back for someone who might have been cut anyway. Kerr makes an excellent point about Booker's potential impact. A good pass rusher, when given the opportunity, Booker has a chance to push for significant snaps with the Raiders, who have Adam Butler, Jonah, Laulu Lekifotu, and rookie Tonka Hemingway at defensive tackle. The bottom line, either Pete Carroll and the new regime just made a savvy move to address a position of need while moving on from a player who didn't fit their system, or they just gave away a rising star for spare parts. The truth won't be known until we see both players on the field this season. But Raider Nation, get ready for the final bombshell that involves the greatest of all time giving his stamp of approval to a Raiders rookie quarterback. This endorsement is making headlines nationwide, and a rookie's reaction will give you absolute chills. Raider Nation, prepare to get goosebumps, because we've got a story involving the greatest quarterback of all time endorsing a Raiders rookie. We're talking about Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, fully endorsing the 6th-round selection of quarterback Cam Miller from North Dakota State. This isn't just any casual approval. Brady was in constant communication during the draft and was on board with this pick, according to Dan Pompei of The Athletic. Here's what makes this absolutely incredible, Raider Nation. Brady stayed away from the actual draft proceedings, but was pulling strings behind the scenes, making sure his voice was heard when it came to selecting the future of the quarterback position. When the greatest quarterback in NFL history gives his stamp of approval to a 6th-round rookie, that's the kind of endorsement that can change a young player's entire career trajectory. And Cam Miller's reaction to this earth-shattering news, pure class and humility that will give you chills. If it is true, that's very humbling and honoring to know the best quarterback to ever play the game endorsed me. But here's where the story gets even more fascinating. Miller revealed that he and Brady haven't communicated directly since the draft. But his response shows exactly the kind of mentality that Brady must have seen in him. If I do have a conversation with him, I'll be writing down every single thing he says. That is the mindset of a champion, Raider Nation. Miller understands that he's got access to the greatest football mind in history, and he's ready to absorb every piece of wisdom Brady can offer. This isn't just about talent. This is about having the right attitude and work ethic that separates good players from great ones. Currently, Miller sits at no. 3 on the depth chart behind starter Geno Smith and backup Aiden O'Connell. But with Brady's endorsement behind him, this rookie has something special that goes beyond just arm strength and accuracy. We're talking about the mental toughness and dedication that Brady recognizes because he's lived it for over 2 decades. The Raiders didn't just draft a quarterback in the 6th round. They drafted a player that the GOAT himself believes in. Brady sees something in Miller that made him advocate for this selection, and that kind of endorsement from a 7-time Super Bowl champion is worth more than any scouting report or combine performance. Whether Miller makes the final roster or not, he's now got the ultimate mentor in his corner. Brady's endorsement isn't just about this season. It's about the future of the Raiders quarterback position and the standards of excellence that this organization is trying to build. The question isn't whether Miller can beat out O'Connell for the backup, a job this season. It's whether he can absorb the championship wisdom that Brady is offering and develop into the kind of quarterback that can lead this franchise for years to come. Raider Nation, these 3 developments, Carroll's risky preseason strategy, the controversial Bennett Booker trade, and Brady's rookie endorsement represent everything this organization is about right now. Bold decisions, calculated risks, and championship aspirations. So smash that like button if you believe. These moves will pay off for the silver and black. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on whether Carroll is being too risky with the starters, whether the Bennett trade was genius or a mistake, and whether Miller can live up to Brady's endorsement. And make sure you're subscribed because we'll be following every single development as this incredible season unfolds. This is what championship organizations do. Raider Nation. They make bold moves, take calculated risks, and surround themselves with the greatest minds in football history. The question is, are you ready to witness greatness?